Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. Look, I didn't have a video planned for today, and about 5 minutes ago, I still didn't have a video planned for today. I'm just going to be doing this as full screen, because I'm not going to use any imagery whatsoever that Sony or Naughty Dog can piss about with at all. But I have to say what I got to say. There is a huge psyop being run here by Naughty Dog and Sony. Huge psyop. Let's just backtrack a little bit. When the leaks came out about The Last of Us Part 2 on the 27th of April, on the 28th of April, all the videos that were out there, including the one that I put up that was copyright striked, which I will be counterclaiming tomorrow, all the videos that were put up were discussing the content of the leaks. What the narrative of the new game was going to be, and their opinion on it. And I gotta say, I have yet to come across a channel that has had a take that says, oh, this sounds great. Oh, this sounds great. No, everyone's take that I've heard so far is this sounds like a fucking disaster. Then, Muso TNT Limited, obviously under the guidance of Sony, because that's who they're working for, and Naughty Dog, of course, are complicit in this as well, went round copyright striking channels. False DMCA takedown of videos. And trying to threaten YouTubers with the copyright strike that if you speak up, we will pull your channel down. No. No. I had a thought about it last couple of days. Spoke to my solicitor, spoke to some other people. And now, tomorrow, I'm going ahead with a counter against them. Quite happily and also quite confidently. I won't be silenced about this. But when they did that, the narrative changed dramatically. Suddenly, we had mainstream media completely silent about the DMCA takedowns, all speaking up at the same time. Articles coming out, tweets coming out. Oh, we know who the leaks are coming from. We know where they're coming from. It's not from Naughty Dog or Sony. It's from outside hackers. A big effort to attempt to change the narrative of what was going on. Instead of the content of the leaks, let's change the narrative to who did the leaks. So conversation would stop about the actual content of The Last of Us 2 game. Put out those copyright strikes, try and fear people, scaremonger people into silence, and then change the narrative to where this has come from. Shill Media, Jason Schreier, even before all of this, was putting out tweets saying, oh, the leak definitely didn't come from Naughty Dog. How do you know? How do you know? Do you work for Naughty Dog? No. No, you don't. You're an alleged journalist. You're clearly not. You're bought and paid for shill, but you're a journalist. You're meant to find all sides of the story. So you would have had no knowledge whatsoever whether or not they came from inside Sony, inside Naughty Dog, from an external source, but you went quite happily to Twitter and kept saying, oh no, definitely not coming from Naughty Dog. You wouldn't have known that. So there was definitely a psyops going on, and it is a psyops because Neil Druckmann is so goddamn stupid that this person bought the snake oil from the scammer and turned it into The Last of Us Part 2 story. Oh dear. So then, of course, they, Naughty Dog, contact gamesindustry.biz and say, we got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. FBI. Do. smashing through windows, throwing up vases everywhere. We got him, and he's got nothing to do with Sony, and he's got nothing to do with Naughty Dog. Immediately afterwards, a bunch of tweets and articles from all shill media suddenly spring to life. Oh, it wasn't. Change the narrative. Change people's attention away from what the leaks contained to where they came from. Ultimately, it doesn't matter where they came from. Ultimately, whether it was a disgruntled employee because of pay and bonuses, whether it was a disgruntled employee because they didn't like the political agenda and ideology that was now being pushed at Naughty Dog, or whether it was because of the Sony leaks and somebody got through from Sony into Naughty Dog, or whether or not it was a third-party hacker, an external source that hacked into the servers and got the information and leaked it. Ultimately, that means nothing. Because the most important aspect of it all was what was in the leaks. And that's what everyone was talking about. And that's what Sony hired their bitch for, to false DMCA takedown channels and videos. This is where we are. Now, I know that a lot of money rides on The Last of Us Part 2. I appreciate that. And I appreciate that there's going to be a lot of people who are working at Naughty Dog who've put a lot of hard work into the game, whether it be a programmer, an animator, whatever they may be. And they might feel upset, and they might feel disappointed in what's happened. If it affects their bonuses, sure, I can empathize with them all day long. But Druckmann was the one that put the story together, the narrative together. And so if the game fails miserably because of the leaks, because of the narrative being released, that is Druckmann's fault. Nobody else's. Not the animators, not the programmers. It's Druckmann's fault. He bought the snake oil. So this pouring right now out there, and there's going to be now, I'm telling you right now, there's going to be videos coming out from much bigger YouTubers that have kept quiet about the DMCA takedowns. That's their prerogative to do. Not trying to shame, but now they're going to speak up, because they're going to speak up about where the leaks came from and not the content of the leaks. Because they don't want to go into bat for this abuse of the DMCA takedown by Sony and Naughty Dog. Because they don't want to jeopardize potential relationships that they have with them, because they want their freebies and they want their interviews and they want their invites to go to the offices and stroke them, pet them, give them some treats. Good puppy, good dog. You serve your master well. Off you go. So don't let this change of narrative fool you people. Don't let this change of narrative become who leaked the footage, who leaked the story. The narrative is what the leaks contained and what the narrative of The Last of Us game is going to be. And the, let's just see if I can put this tactfully. The fate of the characters within the game and the introduction of new characters to the game. That was what was being discussed before Sony got their bitch to come in and start false flagging people. I know this video might be disjointed. Like I said, it wasn't planned. But I will be damned if I will sit back in silence as they try to change the narrative. And I will be damned if a beloved franchise like we've seen is torn apart because some buffoon, absolute buffoon, who probably lives in a bubble, decided he would quite happily tear everything down so he could push his intersectional feminist bollocks. That, folks, is somebody who doesn't give two shits about their audience. All they care about is getting the message out there. All that they care about is appeasing the snake oil vendors. All it's going to cost them is probably millions of dollars. So, this might make sense, this might not make sense. Sorry if it doesn't. But I just thought I had to say a few words. You take care. Have a lovely rest of your weekend. Bye for now.